Oaspes, Book of Wars against Jehovah, Chapter 55. 1. Of the self-gods of Europa and North and South Gautama, little need be said. They established weak heavenly kingdoms and succeeded in inciting mortals to war, but to no great destruction. Their heavenly kingdoms were for the most part failures. Their thrones were poor and dilapidated almost from the start. 2. Of these great divisions of the earth, mortals were too scattered and few to be profitable for false gods. In Gautama, they had not forgotten the lessons of Itura, the false god who had ruined their forefathers. They were wary, and for the most part preserved their allegiance to the Great Spirit. 3. This much then of evil. Now know ye of the good and faithful, and of the changes of earth and heaven. 4. By the pressure of Jaya, Ch.55 had descended near the earth, and some places bordered upon it. Darkness had overspread the land of the earth in some regions for 700 years, so that the sun shone not, save as a red ball of fire. And nebula fell in many places to a depth of 3 lengths, so that even the places of the great cities of the earth, which had been destroyed, were covered up, and it was like a new country. 5. The which was beneficial to Jehovah's angels, in assisting them to deliver a host of the chaotic spirits, whose mortal part fell in dread war. For such was the labor of the true God in Ch.55, son of Jehovah, and of his host of upraised angels, to gather in from every quarter of earth and her heavens the fallen victims of the self-gods, to restore them to reason and to happier and holier scenes, and to teach them righteousness and good works. 6. Jehovah has said to God, his son, because one man cannot lift up the whole world, he shall not grieve, nor cease doing what he can. For his glory lieth in exerting himself to the full. 7. Because the self-gods have come against thee, they are against me also, because they have espoused to be creators, and thus proclaim themselves for their own glory, they shall have their fill. Before these times, the false gods were content to proclaim their own names, but lo and behold, they have made the Lord God as a creator and set him up as man on a throne to worship him. 8. And Tain and Sudga and Osiris too, all of woman born and knowing my breath upon them. Sufficient is it for thee, my son, to gather in the afflicted and distressed, and restore them and deliver them in the light and truth. Keep thou thy schools and colleges in heaven, and thy nurseries and hospitals and factories, and thy fleets of swift-flying Otivans and Aravagnas. And send thou thy faithful volunteers, and make the afflicted to rejoice, and hold up their heads in great joy. 9. But to them that will not hear, and to them that curse thee and me, seeking to destroy me for their own glory, be thou silent. My hand is upon them. My Jaean shower covereth earth and heaven. In their own game shall they cast themselves in darkness and destruction. 10. And all the while the self-gods were at their evil deeds, the faithless Jehovah's angels, worshippers of the ever-present, all-person, coursed the heavens along in their fire ships, calling in the persecuted children of Jehovah, calling loud and cheerfully through the heavens of the evil gods, and over the kingdoms of the earth, calling in these words. 11. Come, come, the Father's kingdom is free. Come, come, in peace and quietness, thou shalt be thine own master. Behold, the Father's place rise higher and higher, not downward to the lower kingdoms, nor to the earth, nor to reincarnation, the invented tale of Drujas, but upward to wisdom, goodness, love, and happiness. 12. Because ye have put away the all person, ye have fallen in the mire, ye have closed your eyes to yonder higher heaven. Come, O ye that are in bondage, cut loose from all, fly to him who brought ye forth to life. Disown the world and self, and all the gods and saviors, lords and kings, be Jehovah's, sworn to peace and love, to good works and righteousness. 13. Come, come, our Otivans are free, our Ariavagnas full of comfort. Oh, come and be our loves, be fellows, one with Jehovah. 14. And they gathered in millions and thousands of millions. For hundreds and hundreds of years, they labored in the distracted regions of Hada, toiled and toiled till wearied and prostrate, tens of thousands of times, then rested a while, invigorated for more energetic work. 15. But not alone nor unseen, these toiling millions, hundreds of millions of Jehovah's angels, faithful sons and daughters. For the labor built up their own spirits to be as very gods and goddesses in noble endurance, which was written in their fair faces. So the high raised messengers of far off heavens, traveling past, beheld Jehovah's soul in them, and so bore the news to other worlds of the darkness of the earth and her evil gods, and of the faithful, struggling hosts of Jehovah in their uphill work. 16. And now the earth and her heavens crossed the boundaries of the Jaian forests and rolled slowly toward the homes and dominions of other Etherian gods. End of Book of Wars against Jehovah.